Hit record. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. Today is Monday, so it is script and role play day. If you're new to the call, welcome. So excited that you're here. Keep inviting your friends, guys. Let's keep growing the group. Okay, Matthew, you've got the mic. Let's go.
Want to see if someone wants to role play over going over the target pricing strategy model, and if someone has a copy of that. I know Joe, you had it. If someone have a full Canva built out version of it to go through price reductions with a seller.
All right, who's up? Who's going to role play with Matt?
I will. This is Sean. I am a client that Matt wants to reduce the sale price. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Sean, Matt Kemps, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Matt. What's the good news? We got an offer?
We let's go through all the details here because I do have some good news for you as well. So let's start with the
All
good
right.
news because I always like doing that first. So I want to quickly go over all of the data we've had recently on your listing. I like to do these on Monday mornings, so this is kind of the time I like to go through it. This is going to be the first time that we do it. So during our listing point presentation, before we had everything kind of executed, we chatted about a 14-day trial period on the current pricing that you currently have. So right now, your price is $400,000. Over the weekend, we had 2 showings and we had no offers. So we're going to have another week where we stay at the current pricing of where we're at to see how everything's kind of monitored. During that listing presentation, we went over the target pricing strategy model where I kind of explained 3 to 5% with no offers, but we have showings, we're 3 to 5% off. If we have drive-bys but no showings, we're going to be 5 to 7% off. If we have no contact withdrawal, we're going to be somewhere between 10 to 12% off. So what I want to make sure is that I instill that kind of as a main thought that we have going forward. I'm doing everything on my end on the marketing side of things. Going to make sure we're on the same page still going forward. Let's see how the next 7 days goes. I'd love to sell a property at $400,000 because obviously you get paid more, I get paid more. It's a higher sales price. It works great for both. But once we hit the day 14, if we do not have any offers by next Monday, we're going to be bringing this same conversation back up, and we're going to be reevaluating based on how many showings we get and looking at what other comparables are out there or what our competition is. And I'm going to give you a suggestion if X% off of where we are now to go from there. Sean, how does that sound to you?
It sounds good. Really quickly, so that I can prepare my wife and as well. So if we get more showings and no offers, you're saying 3.5%. What is that amount? What would you be suggesting at 3.5%?
Oh,
I'm
so
not that
Sean,
good at math.
yeah, Sean, you're totally throwing me in the spot here. Let me do some math for you real quick. 1 second. 400,000. I think it's like 13,000. Yeah, it's $12,000. So we're not talking about a ton
Okay.
of money here. Again, I want to make it very clear. I am a deal maker, not a deal breaker. So if it comes down to a net scenario, we'll be working with that. I'm just here to sell your house for the most amount of money in the fastest amount of time possible.
Okay. And what else do you think the drop below 400 would do? Would we get
Um,
more eyeballs, or
we're going
will
to
it
be
not
entering,
matter?
yeah, we'll be entering a different search criteria and a different pool of buyers that we'd be looking at. So with that being said, we're going to just reevaluate every single Monday. The next Monday being one of the most crucial ones, the 2 week mark, where we kind of initially had that conversation. And then we just take it step by step from there. And I'm going to just give you my professional advice. You ultimately make the decisions, but I'm here to give you professional advice so you and your family can make the best decision for yourself.
All right, and we'll next week, hopefully, like you said, hopefully we'll have an offer. If we don't, will there be comps coming as well? Another CMA?
Absolutely. So you're gonna get a full focus first from me. When I say focus first, it's that CMA software I showed you first. We're going to be talking about how much of inventory are, what the days on market averages, what our average sales price is, what the price per square foot averages in your area. You're going to have all the data from me so that we can make the best possible decision for you and your family.
That sounds great. And are you guys planning on doing an open house, or is it just you're gonna let the agents have it?
So we did an open house last Saturday. I
Okay,
wanted to
can I
give
butt in
everyone
here for a moment?
Yep.
All right. All right. Really well done. And Matthew, you've got just major talent here. All right, so for everybody else who's listening, if you're thinking, wow, that was incredible, is that a script? I heard yes and no, by the way. And Matthew's somebody who's just got this at a really high level. He understands the psychology behind the conversation. If I can give some advice, my advice would be shorten what you just heard, bullet point it. Blah works just as well as blah, blah, blah does. And Matthew, that's for everybody else here that's listening. It's not for you. You've got this. You did great, and I totally get it. Well done. All right,
Thank you.
I want to get as many in here as I can. So let's go to Michael Weisman.
Thanks, John. John, I'd love to hear actually. We talked about role playing on Friday in my group, and we broke us at breakout sessions, calling other agents to offer to take their expired listings. And I would love to hear you role play with someone, since we haven't done too much of that here. So I can kind of hear that through once from your perspective, what that should sound like, if you're open to that.
No, of course. I'm open. And guys, my response is always going to be the most simple response, just so you know. Okay, you're going to get blah. You're not going to get blah, blah, blah. So, Michael, I'll just call you unless you really want me to go to somebody else.
Oh, this is great. I can do it. Yeah.
All right. So, hey, Michael, John Dietz, how you doing today?
I'm good, John. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing amazing, buddy. Thanks for asking. So listen, I'm calling you in reference to your listing over there at 123 Banana Street. I noticed it came off the market. I'm just curious, are you going to be putting that back on the market?
Well, we certainly would like to. I mean, that's always the plan. We hate to see listings not sell. But do you have a buyer for it? Is that what you're calling for?
You know, actually, here's the reason I was calling. If you're not going to be relisting the property, I would gladly pay you a 25% referral fee for connecting me with a seller.
Okay. I guess I had to think about that, because obviously I'd like to relist it and get 100%.
Yeah, of course. And if you're going to relist the property, this is just a courtesy call to reach out to you to say, hey, I'd still like to see you get paid on this. And, you know, one of the things that I know, I'm sure you know as well, you've been in the business a long time, is we're in a market right now where listings have to go on the market twice, maybe 3 times before they sell. And it's not about somebody being the better realtor. It's just about being the right realtor in the right place.
So, what do you think, John, that would you do different than, I mean, we did videos, we did photos, and what do you think would be the difference?
Well, I see that the listing came off the market at $400,000. It looks like you started out at about $450,000. Where do you think it needs to be priced in order to sell?
Honestly, I think it's pretty close to where it's right now. Maybe it's 10 or 15,000 over, perhaps. But I don't feel the pricing was that off.
Okay.
Rates are affecting it. It's just,
Okay. I'm going to turn this off role play, guys. I'm going to turn this into an agent attraction conversation. Okay. So, Michael, did you do a supply and demand analysis on the property?
I'm not sure exactly what that is, John.
Okay. So for homes priced between $400,000 and $450,000 or $350,000 and $400,000, do you know how many homes you're competing against?
I couldn't tell off the top of my head, honestly.
Okay. So if I could show you how supply and demand analysis works, basically what we do is we look at the number of active listings that we're competing with in a certain price range within a 2 to 3 mile radius of the subject property, because that's where buyers are looking. And then we look at how many homes sold in the last 30 days in that same price range. By doing that, we know how many homes are for sale, how many are selling every 30 days, and we also know how many months of inventory we have. Now, if you're in a market with this property where you have greater than 6 months of inventory, let's just say there's 18 active listings and 3 are selling every 30 days. In order for your home to sell, it'd have to be one of the 3 in order to sell. And sometimes the home could be priced right. It could be priced at market value, but it's not strategically priced in order to beat the competition.
Okay.
Now, if I could show you how to do that, would you be interested in sitting down with me on Zoom and seeing how I can see how to do a supply and demand analysis?
I mean, potentially. I think based on your description, I could get the data on the MLS and kind of understand it. So,
oh, you can absolutely do it. It's just somebody actually showing you how to do the formula.
Okay.
All right. So guys, in real life, I'm wanting to move on to the next person here, okay? In real life, is it going to go like that every time? No. Will it go like that sometimes? No. But Michael, the basic gist is I noticed you have a home that came off the market. If you are not going to relist the property, I would gladly pay you a referral fee of 25% for connecting me with a seller.
And I'll throw in some data if you guys want it. I've been tracking my calls. 1 out of every 12 are interested.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Matthew, how many referrals have you gotten in the last couple of weeks doing this?
6.
6 referrals. There you go.
And you find them they make the introduction, Matt, or do you reach out to the
No, I asked them to give them a heads up that I'll be reaching out.
That's right.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's all they got to do.
At first I was. John coached me the opposite direction.
Mm,
There you go.
okay.
Let's see. Nick, you have your hand up. Talk to me.
I just have a question for Matt based on his presentation. Because I do the same thing. I do a data review with all my clients. He says he does it on Monday, so I'm just curious. I choose to do it on Friday, and I want to know what his benefits are for doing it on Monday. Just for context, whenever I list a property, I always list it on a Thursday, so that's why I end up being a Friday when it rolls through the week.
Nope, that makes total sense. I also list properties on Thursdays, but we have the most activity that happens on listings Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I like to give a recap of that and make it really fresh to seem like my communication's on top of it and not waiting throughout the week.
Okay, I like that. Thank you for the input. I was just curious
Yep.
because obviously this is where we're here to learn. So thank you.
Good stuff,
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so Sean and James both of you guys have your hand up. I don't know if it's from before, if you put your hand back up, but if you did, talk to me. James is down.
This is Sean. Sorry about that. I got back in my car, and for some reason, one of my Spotify just starts playing. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to do what you just did, which is an expired listing call to the agent.
Go for it.
All right, you ready? Ring, ring.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, is this John?
It is.
John, it's Sean with EXP. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, I was looking at your expired listing on 123 Banana
Okay,
Street.
stop.
Are you still?
Stop. All right. I noticed you have a home that came off the market at 123 Banana Street. Not you're a lousy realtor and you have an expired listing over there at 123 Banana Street.
Question on that
Got it.
too. Since as an agent, it's supposed to be like a comfortable relationship between the two of you. We
Yeah.
already know that we have their number. Shouldn't be asking if it's that person, right?
That's right.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yep. All right, Sean,
Yeah.
start over.
All right, ready? Ring, ring.
Hello.
John, it's Sean with EXP. How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, I noticed that you had a property that just came off the market on 123 Banana Street. Were you planning on relisting with the sellers?
No. Glad to get rid of those guys, man. They're not realistic.
Really? Wow. Well, are you still interested in making a commission on this property?
Okay, so leave the really wow out and go right to the question.
Got it.
There's so many
John,
ways that I can interpret really wow, and not all of them are good.
Yeah, yeah. John, so are you still interested in making a commission on this property?
I don't know how. What do you got in mind?
Well, as you know, in this market, it's really challenging, and sometimes the second agent in might have a little bit more success with the client. And so, what I'm offering is if you can introduce me to them or let them know that I'm going to call, because you know they're getting destroyed right now with clients calling realtors calling them. If you can introduce me to them, then once I get them under contract and we sell the property, I can get you a 25% commission on the sale price.
Okay, well done. Too many words, but
Yeah.
but well done. Just get to the point.
And then just giving feedback from doing this a lot. Get straight to the point
That's
of
right.
talking about the referral and not asking if they still want to make money on the commission.
I
As
agree
soon as you
with
say
Okay.
that, they think that's some like scheme.
Yeah. Good feedback, Matthew. Good
Yeah, we had done this. My Weissman and I were doing this Friday, and we both kind of had that same line. But I'll take it out.
Yep. Good feedback, guys. All right. So I'm so glad that we're role-playing this conversation and speaking with you guys on coaching calls. One of the things that I hear over and over again is one of your biggest challenges is getting contact information for sellers, getting the right contact information for sellers, and this is your workaround. And by the way, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to what other real estate coaches are teaching, but as far as I know, this isn't being taught anywhere else. So you've got 40 agents on this call. You guys are from all over the United States. Don't worry about multiple agents in the market doing the same thing. Besides, here's what I know. Out of 40 agents that are on this call, not every one of you is actually going to implement this. So don't overthink it. Just implement it and start making those calls. All right, last 5 minutes. What do you guys want to talk about?
I just want to piggyback on that, John, that making these calls is actually going to strengthen your reputation in your marketplace.
Great.
I think Matt is agreeing right there, because every other agent's just going to call and try to steal it. Not steal it, but I mean, it's legitimate, but I mean, that's the impression that the listing agent will have, right? So you call
And to Michael's point, it's like sitting in front of your database, but it's with other agents in your marketplace.
Right.
Great.
Yeah, which whether you want to recruit, attract, or just have relationships and get your offers accepted, et cetera, it's valuable.
Agreed.
I would say even focused on this type of call that John has right now, going to the production side of things. Once you have these phone calls and enough agents know who you are, you're going to have higher success in negotiation with your contract because you're going to know the personality type you're working with.
Spot on again.
I've noticed in these calls, a lot of the agents are like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's simple. Don't overthink it. We can do this together and get it done. And I've gotten a lot of great feedback from doing this, a lot of great feedback. But two, you have to remember that everyone's really hungry. So you just gave them another idea to implement in their business.
Right.
So it's a win-win.
I agree. Good job, Victoria. Hey, by the way, you're going to have people that don't like this. When that happens, it's noise. Ignore it. Go on to the next call. Somebody was getting ready to talk there, and I talked over you. I apologize. Was that you, Matthew?
Yeah, you took it out of my mouth. It was perfect.
You were going to say the same thing? Okay. All righty, guys. That's a wrap. Hope you guys got value today. The recording will be on my YouTube channel. Search John Dietz or search Rainmaker Training and Coaching. And those of you who requested a copy of my Rainmaker playbook last week, you should have received it. I responded to every email I got. If you did not, or you're new to the call today and you want a copy of my ongoing scripts for success in real estate, you can email me, Coach John Dietz at Gmail. Dietz is D-I-E-T-Z, like it says in my little square there. Never mind. Coach John Dietz at gmail.com, and I'll gladly get out the Rainmaker playbook to you. All right, that's a wrap. Make it a great day, everybody.
Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Go get them.
Thank you, John. Good day, everyone.
All right. Thank you.